Dennis Bergkamp was born on May 10, 1969, in Amsterdam, Netherlands, into a family with a strong connection to football. His father, a former amateur footballer, and his brother, who played at a semi-professional level, greatly influenced his early exposure to the sport. Bergkamp showed immense potential from a young age, joining the youth academy of Ajax Amsterdam at the age of 12. His rapid development as a player was marked by his exceptional technical skills, vision, and ability to score goals from different positions. Bergkamp made his professional debut for Ajax in 1986 at the age of 17. His time at the club saw him rise through the ranks, becoming one of the most talented young players in Dutch football. He helped Ajax win the KNVB Cup in 1990 and played a crucial role in their Eredivisie triumph in 1992. His performances during these years earned him the Dutch Footballer of the Year award in 1992. In 1993, Bergkamp moved to Inter Milan in Italy's Serie A. However, his time in Italy was less successful, as he struggled to adapt to the more physical and defensive style of Serie A football. He spent 2 years at Inter, scoring just 11 goals in 32 appearances, before deciding to seek a new challenge in the more open style of English football. Bergkamp's move to Arsenal in 1995 was a turning point in his career. Under the management of Arsene Wenger, Bergkamp flourished, fitting perfectly into the club's philosophy of fluid, attacking football. He quickly became one of the most influential players in the Premier League. In the 1997-98 season, he helped Arsenal secure the Premier League and FA Cup double. His performances in the 2001-02 season, including a stunning goal against Newcastle United, became a hallmark of his time at the club. Bergkamp was a central figure in the legendary Arsenal team that went unbeaten in the 2003-04 Premier League season, winning the title without losing a single match. Over his 11 years at Arsenal, Bergkamp made over 400 appearances and scored 120 goals, becoming one of the club's all-time greats. His technical abilities, creativity, and footballing intelligence made him a beloved figure among Arsenal fans. His partnership with Thierry Henry, Patrick Vieira, and other key players of the era helped shape Arsenal's identity as one of the most entertaining and successful teams in Europe. Bergkamp's international career with the Netherlands spanned from 1990 to 2004. He earned 79 caps and scored 37 goals for his country. One of his most memorable moments on the international stage came in the 1998 FIFA World Cup, where his magnificent goal against Argentina in the quarterfinals became an iconic moment in World Cup history. Despite his talents, Bergkamp's international career was often marred by the Netherlands falling short in major tournaments, with the team failing to win the Euro 2004, marking his final appearance for the national team. After retiring from playing in 2006, Bergkamp transitioned into coaching. He returned to Ajax in a coaching role and later worked as an assistant for the Netherlands national team. He also contributed to football as a pundit and ambassador. Despite his retirement from playing, his legacy continues to influence the sport, particularly through his commitment to technical and creative football. Bergkamp is known for his private nature, avoiding the media spotlight and staying out of the limelight despite his footballing fame. His fear of flying, which often led him to miss international games, was another aspect of his unique personality. However, his impact on football remains undeniable. As one of the finest players that have ever played in the Premier League and one of the greatest Dutch footballers in history, Bergkamp's influence extends beyond his playing days. Throughout his career, Bergkamp won several major honors, including 3 Premier League titles, 4 FA Cups, and numerous individual awards, such as Dutch Footballer of the Year and PFA Players Player of the Year in 1998. His legacy as one of the most technically gifted and aesthetically pleasing players to ever play the game endures, with fans and players alike continuing to admire his creativity, vision, and style of play. Bergkamp's legacy also extends beyond just his individual talent and trophies. His impact on Arsenal Football Club is immeasurable. He was the embodiment of Arsene Wenger's vision for Arsenal, a club that played fast, attacking football with an emphasis on skill, intelligence, and teamwork. In many ways, Bergkamp was the catalyst for the transformation of Arsenal from a club focused on more traditional English football to a team admired worldwide for its tactical sophistication and artistic play. His combination of vision, passing, movement, and finishing ability made him a true architect of Arsenal's attacking style. One of his defining qualities was his exceptional decision-making. Whether it was his ability to create space for himself and his teammates or his precise passes that unlocked opposition defenses, Bergkamp always seemed to make the right choice at the right moment. This made him not just a great goal scorer, but a player who could consistently contribute to team success, often as a creative mastermind behind Arsenal's best moves. Bergkamp's influence wasn't just confined to Arsenal. He had a profound effect on the Premier League as a whole. His silky skills, his love for the game, and his attitude toward how football should be played made him an ambassador for a style of play that emphasized creativity over brute force. His goal against Newcastle United in 2002, which is considered one of the best goals in Premier League history, epitomized his unique ability to combine technique with audacity. The close control, balance, and awareness he showed in the goal are still regularly cited as one of the best examples of footballing artistry. Off the pitch, Bergkamp maintained a low-key profile. He never sought the limelight and preferred to let his football do the talking. His quiet leadership, however, made him a respected figure among his teammates. His professionalism, work ethic, and passion for the game were evident every time he stepped onto the pitch, which further enhanced his status as a role model for young players. After his retirement, Bergkamp's presence in football continued to be felt. His coaching roles at Ajax, where he worked as an assistant manager, helped shape the next generation of Dutch players, passing on his technical expertise and tactical insight. His understanding of the game made him an invaluable asset to the coaching staff of Ajax and later the Dutch national team. Despite being relatively quiet in the media spotlight, Bergkamp was often invited to share his insights into the game. He was widely respected for his opinions on modern football, particularly with regard to technique, creativity, and the evolution of the game. He's also often mentioned as one of the greatest players to ever grace the Premier League and was inducted into the Premier League Hall of Fame in recognition of his immense contribution to the league. Bergkamp's impact on the game is not limited to just his playing career. He remains one of the sport's great ambassadors for a style of football that emphasizes beauty and creativity. His legacy as a player who could elevate the game into an art form is cemented, and his name continues to evoke admiration and respect from football fans around the world. Bergkamp also inspired a generation of players who admired his approach to the game. Young players looked up to his technical brilliance, make seemingly impossible passes and decisions, often in split seconds. He seemed to always know where his teammates were, and his ability to make a play out of seemingly nothing has become a hallmark of his playing style. As a coach and mentor, Bergkamp has continued to make an impact by passing on his vast footballing knowledge to the next generation. His time at Ajax allowed him to shape young talent, particularly with his emphasis on technical development and tactical intelligence. He understood the game from every angle and was able to convey these ideas to the players under his tutelage. His work, though not as high-profile as some of his peers in coaching, was still incredibly impactful. He helped foster an environment where creativity and technical skill were prioritized, which aligned perfectly with the Dutch tradition of nurturing world-class talent. Bergkamp's personal life has been equally reflective of his reserved nature. Known for avoiding the media spotlight, he has remained a private individual, focusing on his family and his passion for football rather than celebrity. His modesty, even in the face of international fame, only further endeared him to fans and colleagues alike. Perhaps one of the most telling aspects of Bergkamp's legacy is the way his peers and former teammates speak about him. His Arsenal teammates often mention his role as a calming, intelligent presence in the dressing room, as well as his ability to inspire others through his talent and professionalism. Wenger, who gave Bergkamp the platform to thrive at Arsenal, has often spoken about his admiration for the Dutchman's footballing brain and his ability to make the team better, not just through his goals, but through his overall contributions. Even now, Fans of Arsenal and Dutch football often point to Bergkamp as the archetype of the perfect footballer, a player who combined artistry and intelligence, technique and grace, in a way that made the game more enjoyable to watch. His role in the club's invincible season, in which Arsenal went unbeaten for the entire league campaign, remains a defining chapter in both Arsenal's history and in the Premier League's legacy of world-class football. Bergkamp's contribution to that achievement was immeasurable. He provided assists, scored important goals, and offered the kind of technical nuance that set Arsenal apart from their rivals. Despite his iconic status in the Premier League, his work with the Dutch national team should not be overlooked. Bergkamp's impact on the international stage, especially during his time in the 1990s, helped establish the Netherlands as one of the most exciting teams in Europe. Even though the Netherlands never won a major tournament during his international career, they were consistently among the most talented and dangerous teams in world football, and much of that was down to Bergkamp's technical wizardry and leadership. In the modern footballing world, where pace, power, and athleticism often dominate discussions, Bergkamp remains a reminder of how technical skill and intelligence should be just as highly valued. His ability to transcend the conventional metrics of success, relying on his creativity and vision rather than brute strength, has influenced the way we appreciate the sport at the highest levels. Looking to the future, Bergkamp's legacy is one that will continue to influence not only the next generation of Dutch footballers, but players from all around the world. His impact on Arsenal and global football remains firmly in place. Whether through his coaching roles, his role in developing young talent, or simply as a beacon of footballing excellence, Bergkamp's name will forever be synonymous with the elegance, intelligence, and artistry that football can offer. As a player, Bergkamp's career has already earned him legendary status. As a mentor and figurehead, his work will continue to inspire new generations of players for years to come. Through his on-field brilliance, his quiet leadership, and his continued contribution to the sport off the field, Dennis Bergkamp will always be remembered as one of football's greatest treasures. His unselfish playmaking and his ability to score breathtaking goals. His style of football became synonymous with elegance, vision, and artistry, setting a standard for aspiring footballers to follow. Whether it was a perfectly weighted pass, a delicate flick, or a stunning solo effort, Bergkamp was always capable of moments that left spectators in awe. In recognition of his contribution to football, Bergkamp has been awarded several honors throughout his career, both at club and individual levels. His name is regularly brought up in discussions about the greatest players in football history, and his influence extends beyond just his playing days. As a coach, a pundit, and a cultural icon within the footballing world, Dennis Bergkamp remains a figure whose legacy will continue to shape the game for generations to come. As the years have passed since his retirement, Dennis Bergkamp's place in football history has only solidified further. His influence on Arsenal Football Club is so profound that he is often regarded as one of the club's greatest ever players. The art of his footballing style, calm, calculated, yet brilliant, has made him a benchmark for excellence, especially for players who value technical skill and creativity over sheer athleticism. One of the notable aspects of Bergkamp's career is the way he transcended his individual brilliance to become a key part of a collective vision at Arsenal. While players like Thierry Henry and Patrick Vieira also became legends at the club, Bergkamp's ability to link the team's play, his unselfishness, and his decision-making ability were qualities that made him the glue holding everything together. His selflessness was often evident in the way he passed the ball or created opportunities, and his awareness of the positioning of his teammates allowed him to assist in goals just as much as he scored them. Bergkamp's iconic role in the invincible season, where Arsenal went unbeaten in the Premier League in 2003 to 2004, stands out as one of the highlights of his career. That season, alongside his teammates, he helped form an attacking unit that was not only dominant, but also aesthetically pleasing to watch. While much of the attention was on the likes of Henry, Bergkamp's contributions were often subtle but immensely impactful. His ability to provide the final pass, his movements off the ball, and his ability to control the tempo of the game were crucial in helping Arsenal navigate through a long unbeaten run in the Premier League. While Bergkamp was undoubtedly a global star, his understated approach to fame was part of his charm. Unlike many footballing celebrities, he didn't seek the spotlight or indulge in the media circus. He focused purely on his craft. His calm demeanor and humility made him a popular figure both in the locker room and in the eyes of football fans around the world. This respect for the game and the way he carried himself off the pitch endeared him to both teammates and opponents alike. The way Bergkamp played football, combining technique with intelligence, has set a model for future generations of players. The way he read the game, whether through his ability to drop deep into midfield or to create space for others, demonstrated an understanding of the game that few others possessed. His vision on the ball allowed him to make difficult passes look effortless, and his goals often came from situations that appeared to have little to no chance of scoring. A perfect example of this is his famous goal against Newcastle United in 2002, a moment that will forever be etched in Premier League history. The goal encapsulated everything that made Bergkamp a special player. Exceptional first touch, quick thinking, and brilliant execution. Post-retirement, Bergkamp continued to influence the world of football through various coaching roles. He made a return to Ajax, the club where his career began as an assistant coach. His wealth of experience, combined with his deep understanding of the tactical side of the game, proved invaluable to Ajax's development. His role with the Dutch national team as an assistant coach also saw him involved in nurturing the next generation of players. In addition to his coaching endeavors, Bergkamp has appeared in numerous football-related projects, interviews, and documentaries. His voice is often sought after for analysis due to his insight into the modern game, particularly with respect to tactical development, youth coaching, and the evolving technical requirements of players. His ideas on how football should be played, emphasizing passing, movement, and intelligence, are consistent with the philosophy that made him such a unique talent during his playing days. Outside of football, Bergkamp's life has been relatively private, focusing on his family and personal interests. His reserved personality has meant that he rarely gets involved in public affairs, preferring a quieter life away from the media spotlight. Nevertheless, he remains a widely respected figure in the football community. His contributions to the sport, whether through his playing style, his coaching roles, or his footballing philosophy, have cemented his legacy as one of the game's greats. As time passes, Dennis Bergkamp's status as one of football's true geniuses remains intact. His ability to elevate the game to an art form, his creativity, and his vision on the pitch are qualities that will be remembered for generations. His name is frequently mentioned in discussions about the greatest players to have ever graced the Premier League, and his impact on the beautiful game continues to inspire young footballers to this day. As the years continue to pass since his playing days, Dennis Bergkamp's legacy only grows stronger, both at Arsenal and in the football world at large. The club's fans, in particular, continue to revere him not just for his incredible individual skill, but also for his role in transforming Arsenal into a footballing powerhouse under Arsene Wenger. His performances on the pitch left an indelible mark on the club's history, and even in retirement, his influence remains visible in the team's playing style and approach to attacking football. Bergkamp's emphasis on intelligence and technical skill over athleticism changed the way people thought about footballing excellence. His unique playing style, characterized by calm, precise ball control, excellent vision, and an almost effortless ability to execute moments of magic, has set a standard for what is considered the art of football. Young players around the world still look to him as an example of how football can be both effective and beautiful at the same time. His name frequently comes up in debates about the best footballers ever, and he's often cited as an inspiration by current players and coaches alike. His legacy extends beyond Arsenal, though. Bergkamp's contributions to the Dutch national team are also remembered fondly, particularly his performances in the 1998 FIFA World Cup. That tournament, especially his remarkable goal against Argentina in the quarterfinals, cemented his reputation as one of the finest forwards in the world. Despite the Netherlands not winning the competition, Bergkamp's individual brilliance, combined with his tactical nous and technical skill, showed the world just how vital he was to his country's footballing successes during the 1990s. His technical prowess remains a key topic of discussion in footballing circles, particularly regarding the evolution of attacking play. Bergkamp's vision was ahead of his time. His understanding of the game,